Convening this morning's joint hearing on the House Committee on Culture, Arts, and International Affairs and the House Committee on Corrections, Military, and Veterans. Today is March 15th, 2024, 10 a.m. here in Conference Room 309 for the purposes of hearings said Senate bills. Today we have myself as Chair, Adrian Tam, Vice Chair Rose Martinez, members Capella, Alcos, and Garrett. And for the do you need a gavel in? No. Oh. And for the Committee of Corrections, Military Affairs, we have Rep. Chair Hashem, Vice Chair Chun, Rep. Ichiyama, Rep. Souza, Rep. Morikawa, present. First up, we have Senate Bill 2731 relating to special license plates for Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans. It creates a special number plate to honor veterans of the Iraq and Afghanistan war. We do not have anyone signed up to testify in person, but we do have written testimony from the Hawaii Military Affairs Council and 2 individuals. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to testify on the measure before us? Seeing none, moving over to Zoom. Is there anyone on Zoom wishing to testify on the measure before us? Seeing none, members, I guess there's no one to ask questions to, so I think we're just going to roll into decision making for this measure. So brief recess. Reconvening this morning's joint hearing with the Committee on Culture, Arts, and International Affairs and the Committee on Corrections, Military, and Veterans. First up, we have Senate Bill 2731 relating to special license plates for Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans. The recommendation for us is to pass this out as an HD1, further defecting the date. Members, any comments or questions? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Thank you, Chair. Voting on Senate Bill 116 SD1, Chair Tam and Vice Chair Martinez. Oh, Toset. Sorry. Voting for Senate Bill 2731 SD1, Chair and Vice Chair, voting aye. Rep. Garrett?
Aye.
Rep. Capella?
Aye.
Rep. Matayoshi? Rep. Sayama, excuse. Rep. Alcas?
Aye.
Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you.
CMV members, same recommendation. Vice Chair for the vote.
Members voting on Senate Bill 2731, Senate Draft 1. Recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Representative Ganadin. Excuse. Representative Ichiyama. Aye. Representative Mizuno.
Aye.
Representative Morikawa.
Aye.
Representative Poipoi. Representative Takayama. Excuse. And Representative Souza. Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you. We're going to recess to allow the committee to leave the room. Recess. Reconvening this morning's hearing for Culture, Arts, and International Affairs for the purposes of hearing the following bills. Today is March 15, 10 a.m., hearing conference room 309. First up, we have Senate Bill 116 relating to special number plates. It authorized the issuance of special number plates to commemorate Duke Kahanamoku. First up, we have Sarah Fairchild.
Good morning. Thank you for having us. I'm Sarah Fairchild. I'm the executive director of the Outrigger Duke Kahanamoku Foundation. And I'd like to stand in my testimony, but also add that drowning is the leading cause of death for kids in Hawaii ages 1 to 15. And Hawaii ranks second in the nation for the drowning rate among residents. This clearly doesn't match the waterman legacy of Duke Kahanamoku and many other watermen and waterwomen, living and dead. And I believe that all children and residents have the right to have a relationship with the ocean and have access to swim lessons. So we're working with the Hawaii Water Safety Coalition on a number of initiatives, but this license plate bill specifically would raise money for water safety grants to existing programs in the community across the islands, such as junior lifeguarding and swim lessons. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Jessamy Town Horner in support.
Aloha, members of the committee. I just wanted to stand on my testimony and also emphasize that drowning prevention programming and community support is probably the most under-resourced public health issue here in Hawaii, given the numbers that we have. And this is one of the few ways that we can support this programming, especially during a very difficult budget season. I've worked closely with ODKF on drowning prevention collaboration and feel that they're positioned very well to do this work. Thank you.
Thank you. That is all the individuals that we have signed up to testify. Chair wants to note that all the testimony that has been submitted have been in support. Is there anyone else in the audience wishing to testify on the measure before us? Seeing none, moving on to Zoom. Is there anyone on Zoom wishing to testify on the measure before us? Seeing none. Members, any questions? Seeing none, we're going to move on to our last bill on the agenda, Senate Bill 2841 relating to Water Safety Day. It designates March 15th of each year as Water Safety Day to recognize and spread awareness of the drowning pandemic and to educate Hawaii's youth in becoming safer in and around the water. First up, we have Sarah Fairchild in support.
Again, I stand on my testimony, but I also just like to add that both these bills are just very easy ways for the government to support drowning prevention. And a Water Safety Day just highlights this issue right before the summer vacation. That's why it's in May. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Jessamy Town Horner in support.
Aloha. I stand on my testimony, but I did just want to share it for the record. I'm writing in strong support of establishing a Water Safety Day. For me, this is deeply personal, as I lost my youngest daughter, Mina, and my husband, Mark, in an ocean accident in 2016 due to a rogue wave set at a remote coastal location. The effect of this sudden loss on my family can never be repaired, but it is my hope that no other families have to go through what we have. A statewide Water Safety Day on May 15th would be a platform to work together to share drowning prevention basics, like the importance of going to lifeguarded beaches during lifeguarded hours, swimming with a buddy at any age, always having a designated adult water watcher when children are in or around the water, making sure there are barriers to pools or waterways to ensure that children cannot reach them unattended, and promoting the proper use of life jackets. Drowning can happen to anyone, but it is also preventable with more public outreach and education. Several other states have established water safety days, including Washington and California. I personally know other bereaved parents that have initiated these water safety days. Drowning is a leading cause of death here in Hawaii, but it doesn't have to be. Today, I ask you to support this bill in memory of Mark and Mina. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. That is all that we have signed up to testify. Chair does want to note that we have received a number of testimony from individuals, all in support. Is there anyone else in the audience wishing to testify on this measure before us? Anyone on Zoom wishing to testify? Seeing none, members, any questions? Comment?
Condolence to you and your family.
Yes, thank you for sharing your story. Seeing none, we're gonna recess for decision making. Okay, recess. Reconvening this morning's hearing for the Committee on Culture, Arts, and International Affairs. Today is March 15, 2024, 10 a.m. here in conference room 309. First up, we have Senate Bill 116 SD1 relating to special license plates. Chair's recommendation is to pass this out as an HD1, further defecting the date so that we have encourage further conversation. Members, any comments or questions? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Voting on Senate Bill 116, SD1, Chair and Vice Chair voting aye. Rep. Garrett? Aye. Rep. Capella?
Aye.
Rep. Matayoshi and Rep. Sayama excuse. Rep. Alcas?
Aye.
Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you. Next up, we have Senate Bill 2881 relating to water safety. Chair's recommendation is to pass this out as an HD1, defecting the date. And members, any questions or comments?
Just a quick comment, Chair.
Okay.
I would just like to thank Mrs. Town Horner and her whole family, and also the Duke Kahanamoku Foundation for championing water safety issues. You folks have been doing this for a number of years now, and I know it's not easy to continue to relive, but I think that you bring such an important voice, and I hope that this is the year that we can get all of these measures across the finish line. So thank you again.
Thank you, members. Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Voting on Senate Bill 2841, Chair and Vice Chair voting aye. With Rep. Matayoshi and Sayama being excused, anybody voting with reservation? Voting no? Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you, members. This hearing is adjourned.